her. That's cannellini. Here, girl. Come here. Come on, sweet bean.
Frank Wild, heir to the Wild Bean Company fortune, is an avowed animal lover. His home, a concrete myth rising from the steaming marsh, includes a massive glass pyramid teeming with all sorts of aquatic marvels, including, most notably, a 6-foot albino alligator named Cannellini. He also owns a narwhal, 7 dolphins, roughly 16 flamingos, 3 tigers, 7 pythons, a wild boar, and several ostriches. Most are named after beans. Frank goes on.
I used to have a whole mess of macaws, too. But every hurricane, more of them escaped. Sometimes I still see them flying over the house. I guess they wanted to be free. Yeah, whatever that means. Anyway, she was a nice girl. Sometimes. And it's a shame what happened.
Jessa Lynn Garcia, another mermaid at Wild Tides Water Park, remembers Mirabelle a bit differently.
She was just sweet as pie. She really was. And such a pretty little thing for a brunette. Except for the gills. She was always giving me real nice tips, about what to do with my clothes or my hair. She'd come up to me while we'd be putting our tails on and say something like, "Oh, Jessalyn, you would look so good as a blonde." Or, "Oh, Jessalyn, don't go to that Shake Shack on August 24th. I had a vision. And, she was always the second runner-up at pageants. Almost Miss Key Lime Pie. Almost the Orange Blossom Queen. Almost ambassador to Kazakhstan. People don't realize it, but it takes a lot of character to keep showing up after losing out over and over and over and over and over and over again. I'm proud of my titles. Always will be. I don't take the honor of being the Orange Blossom Queen 6 straight years in a row lightly, but, I admired Mirabelle, too. And she had a good heart. She'd volunteer all the time. She'd perform for the little old people down at the senior center. Sing that song from that mermaid movie, I'm in Your World, or whatever it's called. I don't know. My children only watch godly movies. But she'd sing that. She didn't have children, so maybe she didn't realize. Or a husband, which I also have, so... Oh, and she was a perfectionist. So she'd sing that same song over and over until she got it right. 20, 30 times. The old people would tell her she didn't have to, that she could stop at any time, but she was happy to do it. She was a natural performer. Oh, so gifted. I was never like that. I mean, everyone's different. Some of us are more into the artistry of it all. I'm a Wild Tides Water Park mermaid because I believe it's important to provide families all ages entertainment at an affordable price. But others, they like the attention. Not that I'm blaming her for what happened. Gosh, no. She was a nice person. She didn't deserve that. Not at all. You just never think something like that would happen in a teeny little teensy-weensy town like Mystic Bay. I mean, besides that time that poor boy was pushed into the hydraulic press, or that old man who spontaneously combusted in the Publix parking lot. But other than that, you just never think of bad stuff happening here. It was so sad. What happened to her? Of course, we all suspected Jared. He was weird. He followed her around like a puppy. A weird puppy.
Mirabelle's disappearance left a mark on the minuscule town of Mystic Bay, with search missions tampered by downed power lines and felled trees. As days turned into weeks, the town's optimism began to fade. That said, losing hope is something of a custom for residents of Mystic Bay. For years, competing theme parks, virus outbreaks, daylight savings, and a quickly shifting culture led to a downturn in park numbers.
Hey, come on now. Wild Tides is quality. Some of the best damn entertainment in the state. I don't care what anyone thinks, right? But the fact of the matter is, kids don't go for that anymore. Yeah, they'd rather be on their phones playing Candy Crush or Roblox Adopt Me or Neil.Fun than at a park with their folks. So people stopped coming. And then, of course, that's when they found her. Or what was left of her.
What was left of Mirabelle was found by Jared Holt on November 15th, 2012, 3 months after she went missing. That's his voice you heard in the 911 call at the top of the episode.
She has her tail. She has no face.
When Chippewa County Police arrived at the scene, they discovered a grisly sight. Mirabelle Diaz, lodged in the jaws of the Megalodon Megatwister, her mermaid tail curled daintily beneath her on the ancient beast's pink fiberglass tongue. The park's earliest attendees, a group of school children from the St. Brendan the Navigator Institute for Marine Biology, followed Jared's gaze, the park's famed mermaid staring back at them. That is, if she could have stared back. Jessalyn Garcia remembers the day vividly.
Oh, he was all cat and tonic when he first saw her. You know, like he couldn't move or blink or say a single word. Oh, poor thing. He just stood there, looking into the hole where her face had been. It was all sunk in a pit. No offense to Mirabelle, but I think it was the worst I've ever seen her look. And it was the first day since the hurricane that the park was open to the public. That's what's so sad about it. November is always a slow month. The water's cold, the sun sets early. It's peak season for the flesh-eating algae that sometimes grows on the lazy river inner tubes. But we lost so much money because of the storm that we were all just so excited for the park to open back up again. And someone had just up and shoved poor little old Mirabelle into the big old shark's mouth. How's that for taking the steak right out of your popsicle?
Now, Jessalyn had a pretty good idea who was responsible. But first, speaking of popsicles, when's the last time you enjoyed a mouthful of fresh, home-cooked food? Between work and errands, there's never time to cook a proper meal. That's where Dinner Dash comes in. Dinner Dash is a weekly meal delivery service focused on fresh, organic ingredients with recipes chosen by real chefs. Best of all, Dinner Dash meals never expire. Using our secret technology, we have made eggs that last forever. Get 20% off your first Dinner Dash weekly meal kit with code KILLER20. Dinner Dash, meals that are eternal. Back to the case. Here's Jessalyn.
Now, the first thing you gotta understand about Mystic Bay is that it's a small town. Real small, itty bitty. So everyone knows everyone here. I went to school with Jared and Mirabelle, worked alongside them here at the park. And Jared, well, I can say this, right? Because I know him. He's probably just about the worst mascot we've ever had. The only reason he kept his job is because no one else wanted to wear the costume. And when I say he wanted to wear the costume, I mean he really, 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 really wanted to wear the costume. Like, really. Like, not in a God-honoring way.
Jared Holt had dressed as Wild Tide's water park's iconic mascot, Manny the Manatee, since dropping out of Mystic Bay High School in 1999. His costume consisted of a massive suit carved of fleece and foam, complete with flippers, a floppy headpiece, and Manny's